Yo, 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 welcome back to the Wildest Crazy podcast. What's going on, people? What's going on? I am so excited to be back. I'm glad you guys are here, and I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I'm just glad to be back, man. Like, I had 2 weeks off, and I'm glad to be here. I want to thank Pastor Lovejoy Johnson for being on. I appreciate that episode. Like, I got so many great responses and feedback from that episode. Even the ladies from church walked up to me and just, gave me a hug and told me they appreciate it. And that's what I set out to do. Just give an episode where I feel like parents, family members, like a lot of times our kids and certain, people come up to us and ask us about God and religion and pastors and things like that. I was just blessed to have him on here because, like, just to have him on here talk about a pastor's life or what he go through was kind of dope. And I'm gonna have him back on again. Like I told him, and I told you guys, I just couldn't fit everything into one episode. So he'll definitely be back. I want to say in May and June, and I'm definitely gonna have him on after that. We're gonna make it like a three part, 4-part series with him on, and I just feel like with these times and everything going on, we definitely need him on here. So I'm definitely gonna have him on again. I want to thank him for joining me. I want to thank my pastor, Pastor Antonio Pitts, and my congregation, Green Grove Missionary Baptist Church. I mean, my church people. I want to thank you guys, the viewers. Thank you all subscribers to the YouTube channel. Everybody that follow. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank my guy. Ladies, I know this probably not be your field, especially yours, but I want to thank you, Matthew Stafford. I want to say congratulations to Matthew Stafford for winning the Super Bowl. I want to thank OBJ, congratulations. Well, I want to say congratulations to them. Aaron Donald, Sean McVay, Jalen Ramsey, and all the Rams. Congratulations on the great Super Bowl. And definitely shout out to everybody on the halftime show. Shout out to Ho. Shout out to Dre, Snoop, Eminem, Mary, 50, Kendrick, and Anderson Paak, and everybody that was affiliated with that halftime show. I want to thank my family. Thank you guys so much for the support and the love. I want to thank my sisters. I love all of you. You know who you are. And I just want to say prayers to I want to just share prayers, and I want to ask you guys for prayers for my family. And just, a lot of times, like, we all go through stuff, and the most important thing is to just pray for each other, have each other back, and be there for each other. So I want to just ask you guys, and I want to pray for you guys. I mean, it's a lot of stuff going on with COVID, a lot of things going on in the world, and I just want to send my prayers to a lot of people, man. A lot of us has lost people in these last couple of years. A lot of us been dealing with things and going through stuff with our family. So my prayers are to you guys, and these 2 weeks, I had time off to just rest and just to kick back and just to chill. Much needed rest, even though today I got a lot of rest. But I got the rest. It really has a quality time. Man. I'm a workaholic, and this lady is next to me. So I finally got some time to just kick it these 2 weeks and just rest. And it's kind of weird to do things for myself, like just to kick back. So I'm a father, and I'm used to just splitting my time with everybody, my kids, my family, my friends, my coworkers, my church family, and it's just I stretch myself a lot. So when it's time to just chill to myself and have hookah or have a drink or a cigar, it's just good to hit the gym and relax and just concentrate on me because I don't do that enough. And I said this year I would do that. So I got into meditating from the Calm app and just meditating, relaxing, and chilling. Like I've always been that that guy that read a lot and prayed and do certain things. But I added meditation to that, and then I would suggest you guys to do that too. Like my mind is always going. For me to sit there and meditate and use the Calm app and do things to shut my mind off, like I know it worked because if I could shut my mind off, my mind is always going. So if I could shut my mind off and just concentrate and just listen to the music, listen to the calm voice, and just relax, and whether it's 2 minutes or 6 minutes or 5 minutes, just to relax and just clear your thoughts and just to just relax your mind, shut your mind off. Because other than sleep, my mind don't stop. So thanks to the Calm app, like, and it's not no ad, but it just helped me a lot. And thanks to the Calm app, I really can shut my brain off and just really relax and meditate and think. And other than talking to God, like that's the only time my brain is just really focused and clear. So thank you to the Calm app. I've been doing a little apartment search, and that's been a journey, but it's been going good, and things are going good. My relationships, I had time to focus on a lot of relationship with family and friends and associates, and like I had to learn, like I'm that type of person that feels like, oh, I should always get what I get in return, and that's just not reality. So a lot of times I have to remind myself, like, you can't expect everybody to do the things that you do, give the love you give, work as hard as you work, be there for others like you be there. Like, it's unrealistic. So a lot of times I have to and I've really been focusing in on that. Like, I really pray to God just remove a lot of people or dead weight from my life, and I don't want nothing to happen to them, but I just want them to be clear of me, and I just want them to focus on their journey. So a lot, I really prayed this year just to kind of remove a lot of people away from me that mean me no harm, that mean me no good, and just have my best interests. So a lot of times I'm that person that's doing everything for everybody, whether it's ripping and running, picking them up, doing things, looking out for people. And I had to really just realize, like, I'm not mad when I say no. I'm not disappointed when I say no. It's just I'm no longer giving nobody my time that don't deserve it. Like, time is everything, and time is like money. Time is, I could be spending with my kids or my family or my friends. So no longer am I giving time to people that don't give me that time and energy. And I'm not mad at you. So if you watching this or you hearing this, I'm not mad at you. I'm not disappointed at you. I'm not going to be angry at you, but I'm just no longer giving my time or energy or space that people don't do the same thing for me. So whether it's just hanging out, whether it's spending time together, whether it's picking you up or helping you do errands or being there for you, I'm no longer doing that. Like, I'm only giving people the time and energy that look out for me, like this young lady next to me. So it's just I really just had time to focus on that. And the older you get, you learn more and more about yourself, and you got to do the things that's like, they don't teach you to do the things that's right for you. Everything ain't about right or wrong or angry or mad. It's just you got to do things to make yourself feel good and stuff, and be around people that lighten you up and just give you the space and opportunity to be great and to be you and be happy. A lot of times we keep a lot of negative and angry and disappointed people around us, and that don't help us. It just brings us down. It's like a sad cloud. So no longer am I doing that. Like, if you're not bringing happiness, joy, success, or business ideas or great things around me, I just don't want to be around that. And I know I'm not mad at you. No, I'm not disappointed. I don't think you're a hater. I just don't want to be around that. So that's what I learned in my 2 weeks off. Take care of me mentally, physically, spiritually, and just do what's best for me. Like, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. So it's like, you got to make sure you live it for you, because you can't keep blaming others for what you allowing people to do. And I feel a lot of men and women do, and kids do that. Like, we try to focus so much into everybody else, but we don't take accountability. That's a big word, accountability, for our own actions. Like, if we allowing somebody to do these things, then it's on us. So with that being said, I want to welcome my guest, Sherrie. Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you so much. And what's so important about Sherrie? Sherrie is that coworker, that friend that I can talk to. It's not a lot of people I can talk to and kick it with, and I really care about how they're doing in life. Like, it's not a lot of people you really say, how are you doing? What's going on with you? That you really care about and want to talk to. And Sherrie's one of them people that I talk to and I confide in, and I ask her how she's doing, how her family doing. And I love her guy, Steve. That's my guy. And I've never met your daughter or your kids, but I love them too. Your mother and your sisters and brothers. So I heard a lot of great things about you guys. I heard about some of y'all battles too. But I heard a lot of great things.
Right.
And me and Sherrie share a lot of things.
Yes.
Like, we both loyal, honest people. We're both family oriented, and we both concentrate on being the best parent we can be. And we really just work hard. So, Sherrie, before we get started, I want to play this podcast game with you. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a podcast game for you too. Unlike Sherrie, because if Sherrie answer a lot of these questions right, I'm going to do something special for her. And Steve.
Putting me on the spot.
I'm putting her on the spot because Sherrie is an avid listener and watcher. So I'm putting her on the spot. And it's not hard questions. It's just things that if you watch, you should know. And if she don't get all of them right, it don't mean that she don't watch or she don't support, because she's one of my number one supporters. So I just want to test her. And for you guys, if you guys answer 5 or 6 out of these, women and men, I'm picking one female listener, watcher, one guy, and I'm going to make sure you both get a massage. I'm going to pay for dinner, and I'm about a drink of your choice.
All right, now.
So if you answer this and you have your answers, if you're on my Facebook or my Instagram page, I'll share that on the YouTube in case you're not. I'm going to put that on the page. And if you answer 5 out of 6, you could DM me or send me a message. If you get 5 out of 6, I'm going to pick the top guy, the top female, and I'm going to get those things for you. I'm going to make sure, courtesy of Ciano Muscles in Motion, you're going to get your massage.
Okay.
And I'm going to make sure I get you the drink of your choice, and I'm going to pay for dinner for you. So, Sherrie. Okay. Question number 1.
Woo! Here we go.
Here we go, Sherrie. Okay, what was the name of the first studio that I recorded at?
Oh my God! I forgot.
If you don't know, you could just pass.
I'm a pass on that because I did forget.
Now I'll tell you the answers after we're done.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you now because I don't want to tell you.
I did forget.
It's okay.
It's been a minute.
Okay, it's okay. Okay, how many kids do I have?
You have 3.
Okay.
3 kids.
Okay. Now I ain't gonna tell you if you're right or wrong. I'm just gonna listen to your answer. Okay. Sherrie, question number 3. What is my niece / assistant's name?
Is it? I want to say Taylor. I think
Question number 4. What is the name of my YouTube page?
Your YouTube page is Wow, That's Crazy.
Number 5. Who was my last guest?
That would be Pastor.
Number 6.
Yes.
What was your favorite episode and why? It could be any episode.
My favorite episode was the life coach. I think me and you have talked about that a couple of times, and I really, really love your aunt for that. That podcast was really enlightening. She really hit on a lot of stuff that we go through and things to help us go through that, and it was very informative and everything, so I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really good.
Okay, I like that. Shout out to Celeste.
Yes, it was great. I swear I was glued to it. I was at work.
Yeah, and I think Celeste will be on the 13th again.
Okay, I'll be watching.
Yeah, she'll be on the 13th again. Shout out to Celeste. Okay, so how have you been?
I have been okay. I could be better, you know. Like you, I took a couple of days off, you know. I didn't work since Thursday, you know. This is the first 3 days I've had off in a good little while. So I got a lot of rest that I much needed, you know, with these 7 days we've been working. It's been,
they've been killing us.
Yeah, they've been killing us. So I've definitely got some rest. And, you know, that's a good thing.
That's good.
And everything else is just trying to fall into place, you know, with the new position at work and stuff. Is, you know, it has its ups and downs right now. I'm trying to find my balance with that, and that's going to take a minute. So other than that, you know, trying to get some rest is what I'm trying to do, you know, just to try to take care of myself. And we've been talking about the gym and getting me back in there, you know. I got to find some balance.
Yeah, and that's all it is. Like, all it is like life is just busy. Like, there's no way around it. When you trying to achieve certain things, do certain things, life is just gonna be, it's just gonna be what it be. All you can do is just do it the best of your ability. That's all you really could do, because it's like a lot of times when you go oriented and you trying to show the kids, You trying to establish them with their work ethic.
Yeah.
It's just like you just power yourself down.
Yes.
And I'm the type that I run myself into the ground and I listen to my body and my mind.
Right.
And I just be like, okay, it's
It's
time
time
to
to
shut it
sit
down.
down.
Just shut it down.
But
Shut
it's
it down.
bad that it takes all of that for us
Yeah.
to do that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It takes for our body to literally just be like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
Before we actually like, okay, all right, I think I do need to sit down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I got on I got on Charles the other day about working overtime, and I was doing the overtime this week, and it just Mario did a great job too.
Did
And,
he?
Yeah, he
Okay.
did. And Erica helped him too. So it was just like yesterday when we got off. Like typically, what I do, I prepare for the podcast like on Saturday. So I try to do sometime between Friday and Sunday morning. And it was just like up late at night I was doing it and I couldn't sleep and it was just like it just threw me off today. Like I tried to hit the gym, got to church extra late, but that tide was right. The tight end was right.
Right.
Yeah, and it was just like, and I tell my pastor like, man, I do so much, but I don't want to miss. But it was just like I did everything in my power to get there on time today. And I'm usually on time. But today I was just trying to do laundry, trying to be there, trying to hit the gym, trying to do everything. I just overslept. I was tired. My body was like, nah, no nap today. Taking
Like,
a
I'm
long
tired.
ride.
Right,
Yeah, we're going to
right.
sleep today.
Right.
So, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. Like I said, my week and how I've been in these last 2 weeks, like I said, I just been resting and just chilling and just really doing everything I could do to take the podcast to the next level, bring on a lot of dope people. Because what I did in the process of being off, I made sure I booked guests all the way to May. Like I literally have guests from March and April all the way. And what I did is in March, I focused on women.
Oh,
So
okay.
March, I pretty much got like all women.
That's good.
So like, and I want to say it's Women's Month, March or something around March with women.
Yeah,
something.
because it starts the end of February. I
Yeah,
think.
like
So,
I
yeah, it
tried to
starts,
focus
like,
on a
last
lot of women and just a lot of the guests just focused on women and family. I got a lot of dope people coming up, so I kind of concentrated on that, how to start streaming to a lot of different avenues and just reach a lot more people, man. Because I've been getting a lot of great response.
It's
man.
good.
Yeah.
You've been doing a great job.
Nah, I
I'm
appreciate
definitely
that.
proud of you. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate
And
it.
I enjoy them.
And I appreciate
that.
your support because it's like with me, I kind of be tough on myself and people because I know how hard I go for people, and I recognize that in you. Like you're one of them type of people. I done saw you go out your way to get people gifts at work and be there for people and support people and lend a hand to people, and it's just like that's the type of person I am.
Yeah.
But it's unrealistic to think we gonna always get the same energy we give out.
We don't.
We don't.
We don't.
But you got to be comfortable with that. And if you're out there right now, you're not going to get the same energy. No. Never. It's not going to happen. So just trust and believe that you're doing the right thing. You're doing a good thing. You're going to be blessed. You're going to be happy. And it does feel good doing those things.
And you do. You have to just look at your own blessing behind it, because if we sit there and think about what we're going to get back from it, we're going to always be disappointed.
Yeah.
So I always tell people I give because that's what I want to do. And I don't give it to get anything back from it.
Yeah.
I just have to sometimes just, I just give. But like you were saying earlier, I do need to scale back some of the things that I do because, it's a difference between you giving to somebody and feeling used by somebody.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
It's
sometimes
a tight
we do too much and people use that because they see the good in you.
Yeah.
And they use that to their advantage to get things from you. And I got to kind of teeter that line because I do a lot. I work hard for my money, but I'm not a selfish person.
Yeah, I'm not either.
So I give knowing that, sometimes just the people that you give the most to won't give you a pop, a juice.
Won't give you
Won't give you nothing, So I definitely think in this new year that I really need to take assessment of the people that's around me.
You have to, because like I say, man, you got great kids, a great family. Your man is awesome. And it's just like we got to start from there and really just go from there.
Yes.
Like, it's just one of them things where it's just like, it's not being wrong or selfish. It's just like, why sit there and get taken advantage or
Yes.
used by somebody?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with doing good.
Yeah.
Because it do feel good. But it's just like, when I know you not giving the same energy and you're not even trying,
Right.
like, I don't ask for much. And I know
Right.
you don't ask for much. So it's like, I don't want material things. I don't want you to, like, I'm an actions guy. I'm going to just do things of service or do things. I don't want gifts. I don't want money. I just want you to do something nice for me like I would do nice for you.
Right.
So,
it could be, like I just said, a pop, you know.
That's it.
Water or something. Or
That's
you bring
it.
me some fruit or something, like, I know, you working 7 days and this and this. And,
Let me get you lunch
Let me
today.
get you lunch today. And, and fortunately for me, like you said, I got a good a supporter behind me, and he makes sure I'm straight every day. It's nothing that I need, not directly, but don't use that because I have him. And everybody knows how good of a support team he is, but don't use that to your, people's like, well, you got him on the side, you good.
No, I don't mean I'm supposed to take advantage of him.
We're like, no, that's not how that works.
And that just lets you know what a man said.
Yes, it is.
Because, and that's one thing that I always respected about him, I like about him and you guys, that, like, it's not every day you see somebody that want to do everything and give everything to somebody. And that really got their best interests and really do anything for their person. That don't happen. Like, so for me to recognize and see how much he love you and appreciate you and to do anything for you, and just like how he had your back, like, that's dope. That's beautiful.
He is. He's a great support team. He, I couldn't ask for a better person as far as for me and my children. He takes on my kids as if they're his. Like, every time I turn around, he like, my daughter this, my kids this. He's great like that. He's just that all around great person, and anything I need, he's bending over backwards to make sure it's happening for me. Sometimes I'd be like, baby, you do too much.
Yeah, that's what we do as men.
Yeah, I say you do too much.
That's what we do as men.
But yeah, you're right. That's what he say. He's like, I'm the man. I got you. And I do appreciate, because the relationship you be in, and please know, 18-year marriage and a bunch of other bad relationships. This one, sometimes you have to put it in God's hands, and he gonna, I wasn't looking for him. He wasn't looking for me. At the time, I just wasn't looking for anything. And I fought it for a nice little minute. I didn't want to be bothered. I'm like, I don't want you. I don't want to do this. I've been, do so much. But it happened. And it happened just how it was supposed to happen.
See, but that's one, you said a key thing. Not like I tell every woman. And it always makes me laugh and scratch my head when I hear women say this. Women or men, but it's mostly women. I always tell women, how do you know this person is for you if you haven't given them a chance? Like, my thing is this: whenever we sit back at love and hear about love and relationships and successful marriages and everything, you always hear that I want to never talk to this person. They wasn't my type.
Yes.
They didn't do this, or they didn't fit my profile.
Right.
So it's like, if we know that, why do women still sit here and say, I don't have those feelings for you? How do you have feelings for somebody you've never been on a date with, or never hugged, or kissed, or just been around and spoke to and learned and understood them? Like, I think that's where women go wrong.
It is. We definitely do that, because, like I said, with him, I was just like, no, not really interested. Nah, you're not something I want to do right now. And he was just like, oh, you don't know that this is what you want to do. And like he told me, he said, from the first day I saw you, I knew that you were going to be who I was going to be with. And I'm looking at him like, I was looking at you like, no. But he was persistent, and he talked a lot, and he came around me, and we formed a friendship first. We talked about all kind of stuff, and the relationship came behind that, because I guess at that time I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't.
I don't think most women don't.
I didn't. I'm like, I don't.
Not most. A lot of women don't know what they want.
I said, no. And he was like, yeah. I am for you.
I'm not gonna stop.
And I'm not gonna stop because I know
Yeah.
I'm good for you. And thank God that he did because he is for me.
Yeah.
It was the best thing. I'm glad he was persistent because I'm like,
Yeah.
It was a good thing.
You
It
don't
really
know where
was.
you be without that
Yes.
guy. Yeah. And that's just typically how it goes. Like, my thing is, I look at it like that guy or that lady that's consistent, that's got your best interest and is delivering on what they're saying, not just what anybody can shoot off what they're gonna do or how they're gonna do stuff. But when I'm persistent and consistent in what I'm doing and I'm working hard and I'm showing you, you gotta recognize that matters.
It does.
That's everything. When somebody is willing to do everything and show you that they willing to change, grow, and be a better person, and willing to learn you and understand you, that's everything.
Really
so I think that's where we get lost with things, because it's like we don't respect that. We look at stuff like, oh, I'm supposed to get this Instagram person, or I'm supposed to get this person that I always thought I have, this tall light skin, this tall dark skin, this long hair guy. Like, that's not it.
With the 6-pack and all that.
That's not reality. And most of the time, we don't have that 6-pack. So it's like, you gotta really look at what's best for you.
Yeah.
And a lot of times at our job and people that, we're associates with and coworkers with, like, you try to talk to the younger people and you try to be like, hey, this is life. Like, we don't have forever. Right. Once you get 30, it's like, and that's the difference I feel from then. When we hit 30, 30 was like a mark where we felt like it's time to get this shit together.
Yeah, you had to. That's what you were taught. You know, 30 is where you got to have your stuff in line.
Yeah,
you got to be.
You're not a kid.
Yeah, you're not a kid. Yeah.
And it's just now it's later for them now.
30 is a 20. Because they still trying to figure some stuff out.
That's sad.
And you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you don't have all the time in the world. Like, we're not promised tomorrow. Yeah. I don't think they get that concept of, okay, you're 30, you're a parent. At 30, you should be a homeowner. Your credit should be right. You should have goals for yourself and your kids and your family. Yeah. You should be doing certain things. You should be talking about marriage. You should be talking about certain, like, life insurance and retirement and things like that. And I just feel like now it's like you said, it's 20s. Yeah. You can't wait to 40 to try to chase everything. Like, I tell my sons, I had scholarship offers. I had everything. But my thing was, I started making money. And I started making a lot of money for those times and for my age. And it was just like, I just felt like, oh, I can always go to school. I can always do this. I can always do that. But I didn't count for, okay, you might have a kid. You might get a fiance. You might get ready to get an apartment together. You might start doing certain adult things. Right. You have to account for that. Yep. So it's like, what I love about my sons and some of my friends' kids is they understand responsibilities now. Right. And it's sad, like your daughter. She understands how to work and do certain things. Yes. And it's just like, she already know how to juggle work and family and everything, friendships and everything. So for her to do that and understand that, and my sons to understand working and sports and academics and making sure your grades right and making sure you're spending time with your family and friends and doing your chores, that's important. They're already ahead of people that we work with. Yes. And that's sad. It's like, okay, when do you want to grow up? Like, when do you want to say, I need to start thinking about these things? Because the one thing about having kids is it's just set the alarm off to you. And it's just so important. And it's just like, I just wish we had a sense of urgency and we just did things a little, hit the button a little bit. Hit the gas pedal. Yeah. So my thing is this. What I want to do with us today, I want to talk about communication. So every topic I introduce, you're going to tell me, you're going to rate out of 1 to 5 where you think you at. And you guys at home can do the same. Like, this is something that I want us all to do. And I'm going to introduce different people, and I want you to just be honest. It's not about trying to just get this. Not school. You're not trying to get straight A's.
Right.
You want to just use this as a tool to work on. So I'm gonna talk about. I want us all to rate between 1 to 5, and just be realistic and honest with yourself on a number. Like I want to ask you guys about your mate, um, and I want to ask you guys about your kids, your family. I want to ask you guys about your friends, coworkers slash boss, and I just want you guys to just be honest. So, Sherrie, far as your mate, out of 1 to 5, ready, where do you rate yourself? And tell me what are the ways and how do you communicate with your mate? So I want us both to just elaborate, and I don't have a mate, but I want to elaborate the mates that I did have, and I just want us to rate like our communication skills, what we could do better, what we good at, and just overall rate yourself far as 1 to 5.
Dang. Well, I can't say I'm a 5. I'm definitely like maybe a 3.
Okay.
He a 5. I'm a 3. In our relationship, I'm that squeaky wheel that I probably need to communicate more.
Okay.
And get better at it.
Okay.
I'm one of them. I'm one of rare females who don't like to argue. So when the arguing starts, I shut down. I don't say anything.
Yeah.
So communication is now done. Mm-hmm. So you're not getting anything out of me. Yeah. It's nothing. And that's probably what I need to work on, because he like, well, we need to talk it out. And I'm like, leave me alone. I don't want to talk. I don't want nothing. Just leave me alone. Mm-hmm. So that's definitely something I need to definitely work on with him, because he communicates really well, Yeah. He wants to talk it out, and I'm the one that's just like,
do you think it's more like your upbringing, or, like you kind of not being good at communication?
I've always not communicated well, especially, like I said, I got married. My first marriage I was 19 when I got married.
Okay.
So a 19-year-old doesn't know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah. And
you have a marriage, and you have older, your family telling you this is what you're supposed to do, this is what you're not supposed to do. And so I guess in my first marriage, it was drilled into me, you follow your husband and you do as he say, and da. So I just kind of fell back and let him lead and not really say much, just let him lead us.
Okay.
And so, I saw where that went, didn't go in the right direction. So I guess it's just that's just still in me. Okay. I just don't communicate. I just don't say anything. Things is how it is. I'm looking at him like, okay, whatever. Okay. And I just don't say nothing. Yeah. And I probably need to do better with that, because it's still in my head. I was 19 when it all started. So now, old dog, new tricks. I got to really get with myself on doing that.
Okay. I like that. So like far as like you said with your your ex, like it was you pretty much just followed.
Yes.
And it wasn't no open space for you to communicate.
No, it wasn't. He was the head of the house, and I followed, because at the time that we got married, his grandmother was in the house with us. So I'm 19. So she's telling me what I need to do to please my husband and to keep my marriage and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. So I just fell in line with how I was taught how I'm supposed to be with my husband. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of them old school stuff. You know how that old school stuff.
Old school is for real. Yeah, especially at 19.
Yeah.
19, you a baby. Like,
yeah, so, you follow your grandparents. So, like, this is what a wife is supposed to do. And I just fall in line. I just did. Okay.
So with Steve, like, you pretty much open and understand that you can, like, just basically just communicate.
Yeah.
Because as a man, it's like, not to cut you off, but as a man, like, we really want to understand and know a lot of times. Mm-hmm. Like, we don't want to just hear rambling. Like, we really want to know get the meat and potatoes.
Yes.
Like, what can I do better? Like, what can we do better? Like, how can I make you happy? Because like I tell most women, most guys, if you just pretty much say, hey, I want to travel more. I want to go on more dates. I want you to be more romantic or thoughtful. like most of us, if we good guys, we want to do those things.
And they do, cause I do. I mean, like, you know, I want to travel more. He makes that happen. You know, I want to go. We go do date nights and do stuff like that. So I'm getting better, and I think because of him and where I want to be with him, I'm going to get better.
Yeah.
You know, because he deserves that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm going to
very
get
good.
better. I'm going to get better.
Okay. So next one, kids. How do you rate yourself with kids? How do you guys rate yourself with kids too?
I'm a 1.
What? And communication with the kids?
Oh my God. Like I said, I had kids so young.
Yeah.
And I'm just tired.
Yeah.
And
So overall, with all the kids, you think
yeah,
you're
I'm
one?
so tired.
Yeah.
And I don't.
You
I
think
guess
it's now or what it's always been?
no. It was better back. I was probably a good 4 or 5 back then. I think at the age that I am now, and with my kids being the age that they are now.
Yeah. Because you got grown kids.
Yeah, I got grown kids. Okay. So where I'm at now, I'm like, who kids? Nah.
Yeah.
I tell you that all the time. Like kids, it's a no. It's a no. And that's one of the things when we got together, I was like, I'm gonna tell you right now.
But I thought you and your daughter communicate.
We communicate good. We're getting better. But my daughter is like me. She's not good at communicating. My youngest one, she's not really good at it. She's doing her little therapy to get better at it. She's very closed off. So she's getting better. We were really close, and then as she transitions to be a teenager and things like that, she
pretty much picked up off the way you was
she
at.
kind of shied away. We're getting better again. We're doing a lot more talking, and she's still my baby. And I be like, talk to me about stuff, but she's kind of private with her stuff, and but she's getting better. That's what therapy.
That's good. And shout out to her for doing therapy.
Yeah,
like,
she's doing therapy,
especially at her age. That's dope.
she realized that she's like that, and at that young of age to realize
dope.
that you have. And she came to me like, Mom, I really need some help.
That's dope.
And to be that age, a teenager, like, hey, I need help.
That don't happen. That's dope.
And to seek help out, so she's getting so much better. So, I could probably communicate. I think my best communication, of course, is with my son and all the things that's going on with him. So we definitely communicate. Out of my 3, it's my son that we talk the most, but he has the most going on with him. So it's getting better. But, even with his children, they look at me like, this woman is, she's the meanest thing that ever walked this earth.
You mean with the grandbabies?
Like these kids,
they live wires.
They all over the place.
Okay.
But Steve's a good. He works with them and all that good stuff because he like she how she is.
Yeah.
But how we are.
Yeah. Yeah, I pretty much and I noticed when you get older, certain things you used to tolerate, you just don't tolerate. I don't like noise. Like I didn't like noise when I was younger. Like I'm not a noise guy.
Yes.
Like I don't like noise, and I like little baby adults. Like I like for you to say what you want. I want you to be able to conduct yourself. I want you to be able to tell me what you need. Like I want certain things where it's like I want you to be a baby adult. Like tell me what you need. Tell me what's wrong, and then I'll fix it.
Yeah.
But kids not like that. Like kids are pretty much like, hey, you figure it out.
Yes.
You get it.
Yeah.
So I understand that, and that's just how I am with the kids.
Yeah. Them
Like
kids.
with my sons, like one thing I can say with my sons, like with my sons, my communication skills are great. I don't think it's 5, but I would say a 3 or 4.
Okay.
Because like with my sons, because I look at it like this. We can't make somebody communicate.
Right.
All we can do is put it out there and try to exercise that and try to be open and leave the gates open for communication and dialogue. So with my sons, I want to say I'm a 4 because it's like I always tell them, like I'm like when we was growing up, it wasn't tell me how you feel. Our parents didn't give a fuck how you feel.
Right, you just do what I say.
So it's just like with me, I just feel like with my sons, I'm like, man, tell me what's up. Like, what's going on with your friends? What's going on with school? Tell me what's up. How can I be a better dad? Like my pops would have never said, "How can I be better?" Like, you got food on you got food in your stomach.
And I'm with your pops. Like,
yeah.
I'm like,
you got clothes. You got a house.
You good.
So it's just like with my sons, like, I'm teaching them, and what I feel I'm doing different with my sons that everybody doing, I'm showing my sons how to be a man.
Okay.
Like, I'm showing my sons how to juggle life. Right. I'm showing my sons how to be responsible and how to, take care of the people around you and how to love the people around you. I'm teaching my sons like how to just be an overall man, because I feel like that's what we weren't taught. I don't feel we was taught that growing up, like we didn't have preparation on how to be an adult.
No.
So I feel like with my kids, I show them how to be like young adults and how you handle things when you grown, how you have to handle things and how you have to juggle things. You can't say, "Oh, I'm tired, Dad. I didn't call you yesterday," because I get on my sons, and I'm not the most emotional or person who want that attention. But with my sons, it's like, "Hey, man, I ain't talked to you in a week. I ain't talked to you. What's up? What we doing?" Like, I just shouldn't have to always. And I finally get what my dad be saying to me sometimes. That's why sometimes I hit myself in my head like, I didn't call my dad. Let me call my dad. And it's just like, I'll be on my sons about that, like, "Hey, man, what's up?"
You are so right.
So, so far as mate, I don't have a mate, but I wouldn't say as a mate, I was a 4. As kids, I say I was 4, but you with family. How are you with family? And that's overall family, not just mom and sister, but just overall family.
I'm about a good 3.
Okay.
Maybe a 4. With my immediate family, we communicate really well. My mom and my sisters and stuff. My sisters are, of course, my besties as well as just my sister. These are, if anything's going on with me, I know that I can definitely turn to them, especially my mom and stuff like that. They're really great, really, really great with stuff like that. I think, we communicate amongst us really well.
Okay.
I talked to my uncle today, and we're solid. We all talk, crack jokes, and it's not even when the distance and when we don't talk for like maybe a month or something. As soon as we talk, it's just like we never stop talking. You know what I'm saying? You just pick up where you left off at, and we just keep it moving, which is good. I think we're pretty dang on good. We're good right there.
So do you feel like y'all kind of on the same page as far as communication, because y'all understand each other? Y'all kind of going through the same thing.
Everybody's,
so y'all get it.
Yeah, we all know things are tight, things are hard, and we just, we talk a lot, especially, my sisters with things that's going on with them. We talk as we need to, we don't talk as much as we do because everybody has a life. But like I said, when this need be, you'll see a text, "Hey, sis, how you doing?"
Yeah.
Which means the most to you when you definitely need it.
Yes.
It's crazy how when you feeling however you feeling and you get a text, "Hey, sis," something like that, and I love you. It means the most, including with my mom. Sometimes you need those. It's really good. Yeah.
And the older I get, the more I realize like those conversations with your parents and families are important.
Yeah.
I could do a better job with my stepmother. Like I could do a better job with her. Like, I feel like with my brothers and sisters, I'm all right. It could be a little more with everybody. But I feel like it could be a little more with my stepmother and a little bit more with, I feel like with my sisters, it's all right. And the difference with me and my family is like all of us are like kind of the same. Like, we're more to ourselves, laid back. So when it's people like that, it's always kind of difficult. So it's like you could be thinking you're not doing enough, but with them, it's like, no, we doing enough. Like, I don't want to talk that much, motherfucker. And I'm a talker. So I always try to be open to like, okay, I'm getting on this motherfucker nuts. Like, I'd have talked to her twice this week. She probably
like that's enough.
Yeah, but like with my stepmother, I could do a little more. I feel like me and my auntie, like my aunt, who is like a slash mother to me. Like me and her, we pick off wherever we left off. Like
Right.
whether it's once a month, once a year, we always where we need to be.
Yeah.
And we get each other the most. Like with my sisters, it's good. Like it's good with my sisters. Like my brothers, we men, so it's good with them. Like my middle brother, he might be the most emotional out the crew. Like he might be the one who feel he ain't getting enough love. But everybody, all the other brothers is just like, all right, we cool. But I try to balance the spending time, the conversations, the doing certain stuff. And like I tell my sons, like when you doing stuff with your brother or family, kind of stick and do the things that y'all relate to or y'all have fun doing. So whether it's football or sports or movies or certain stuff, do those things with each other. Start there. So I feel like with the family, it's cool. Like out of town family, thank God for Facebook because I get to, talk football, talk sports, talk family, like pictures, congratulate people. Like, I tell people, you can do all social media all you want, but without social media, think about it. You wouldn't talk to nobody.
Right. And you wouldn't know nothing.
You wouldn't know nothing about nobody.
You wouldn't know
I can't even imagine a world without Facebook.
Right. Like, what?
Far as family, because it's like I don't call people, I don't talk to people every day. I'm a private, laid back person, so it's like thanks to Facebook, I gotta be like, oh, she had a grandmother. Oh, she celebrated her birthday.
Right?
Especially birthday.
Oh,
I wouldn't know nobody's birthdays.
That's me too.
So Facebook really, it really does that. But
it does.
It helps a lot. So, next one, friends.
Communicating with friends. About a good, maybe a 3 with that as well.
So why do you think you're a 3?
Well, I communicate, but sometimes I hold back. Sometimes you think about their feelings and stuff like that, so you probably don't say as much as you want to say. Yeah. So, and I'm kind of I don't know. I'm reassessing stuff as far as friendships and stuff like that. So I do communicate when I want to, but I do when you have the right friends around you, they bring it out of you. Like, what's going on with you? What's happening? I haven't talked to you in about a good 3 weeks and stuff like that. And I do have some people around me who do that. Like, okay, because I do work a lot. I work a lot of hours, so I work and sleep right now. But it's good to have, like with your family, a friend to be like, hey, I ain't talked to you in like 3 weeks, a month. And they call you like, what's going on with you? Just to check in and stuff like that. And you like, okay, I'm sorry, but, I'm working. Okay, well, let me know that you're alive. Say something, and you appreciate that as well. So I communicate, but it could be a little bit better, but I'm also assessing some things with some friends as well. So
and I think with a lot of friends, and this goes for you guys as well, like I think with a lot of people teeter the line between friends and associates. So definitely. It's like a lot of times, and I'm guilty of this, I'm guilty of a lot of this, because it's like a lot of times, like I know who my friends are, but I look at associates like they like to teeter the line of friends. So when I look at friends, I look at stages. And I tell my sons this. When I look at friends, I look at it like this. You got friends who are the top tier, high value, if you want to say. That's like close to family. Right. Because we all have them friends that's like, no, that ain't my friend. That's my brother. Right. That's my sister. Right. We family. That like our families know each other. We've been around each other for years. They know me. I know them. Right. I don't have to explain when I crack a joke. They get me. Then we have the people that's in the middle. That's friends. And it's like, it's been short. It's like we almost associates, but we friends. We reached that level where we close. We talk to each other. Our communication skills getting good as the friend level. I'm understanding they family and they friends. Like I'm understanding my friends. And we get to that point where you meet my actual friends and you becoming that. Right. Then I look at it like associates. Associates are like the bottom tier of friends. They're like, you close to being a friend, but you not a friend. You at the point where we're coworkers, or we work out at the gym, or we watch movies together, or we friends of friends, and we cool, we good, but we ain't got to that point where we do certain stuff. We're close, we can do that. We just haven't got to that point, or we might not can get to that point. It might just be fine where it's at. So a lot of times, like I teach my sons, like that's what it pretty much be. Like you have tiers of friends. You have people that's like that, because I tell my sons, when you're friends and that's your best friend or close friend, they understand all your level of friends. They're family.
Right.
They're pretty much like, oh, your mom is they mom.
Yeah.
I'm they dad. Like, it's pretty much, that's just how it is. So I just feel like that's what it be with a lot of people. And I just feel like those people got the most on them, because it's like they got the most to prove. Like, you have to prove that you loyal to me. You have to prove that you worthy of my time. You have to prove that I can open up and discuss certain personal things with you. You have to prove that, you know, you worthy of being around my friends and being around my families, and me sharing my deepest thoughts and feelings. Because a lot of times, like, and like I tell my sons, you can't be mad when somebody associate and you try to make them a friend, because you gotta get to that point where you understand either you gonna make the cut or you not gonna make the cut. And I've had a lot of people like that come close, and you like, nah, this my guy, like, this my dude, I'm gonna bring him around to everybody, we gonna kick it. And then you get to that point and you be like, damn, they let me down, like I thought we was close.
And it's so disappointing.
It's disappointing. And it's just like, you can't really, like I you know, we're not kids no more, so we have to understand, like, a lot of times it's the way they was brought up, or the way they look at life, or if they've been hurt in friendships, or if they've been hurt with family or friends. And it's just like, damn, dog, like, no, I wouldn't do that. Or you doing this is stopping the growth. It's stopping, or it's making me reevaluate or pretty much cut you off. And it's like, it's unfortunate, but the older you get, the less people you need to have around you.
Yeah, you do. Sometimes you just got to cut it. Or keep them where they was. You know what I'm saying?
And
keep
sometimes that's cool.
Right. Just keep
sometimes
them right where
that person you just play basketball with, or go to the movies with, or exercise with, or work with, they just meant to just be that.
Yeah, and be okay with that.
And ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Just be okay with that. Yeah.
You far as coworkers and bosses. Coworkers / bosses.
How do I communicate with them? I think.
Just rate yourself. Like,
I think that's like a 4. You know, I think in the position I am in now, I definitely have to communicate. You know, I definitely have to communicate well, and I think I'm doing an exceptionally good job at that. You know, I'm gonna pat myself on the back with that. I communicate what I need. I listen to the feedback and on what they need, and we bounce off each other, and I think it works. Being in, like I said, new to the position I'm in, I think the guys always telling me, you know, like, hey, you listen, you cooperate, you communicate things that you're going to change. And like I tell them, sometimes I don't, and sometimes you don't need to know. Please know that whatever decision I make for this team is the best for this team. I never do anything without considering what's good for all of us. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I have no problem with, you know, going to management saying, hey, this is not right. This is not how I'm going to do that. I'm quite sure, you know, I don't have no problem with that at work. That's definitely not, that's not a problem with me at all. I'm going to speak up and no, that does not work. No, we're not going to do that. And even with them, you know, I listen to what they say, and then like, well, you know, that don't work because this is what we need to do, or this is the direction that the guys need to go in, and we bounce it off of each other. So I think right now, I guess my communication with work is better than all my communication with everything. Man, you know, and we spend
on the same page.
I think that's, you know, ain't that crazy?
Yeah, but you know why though?
Why?
Why is because, and I would tell you guys that too. It's like that because when you really think about it, who are you spending the most time with?
You.
Who are you around the most?
Right.
Who are you really? Who do you really gotta understand and appreciate being around and gotta kind of be on the same page with? It's, to me, work is like a marriage. Like, we're always around our coworkers.
Yes, we are.
You at work more than you with your family.
Right.
So it's like when you dedicate that time and you want to have a peace of mind and understanding, you're gonna figure it out. And if you're not figuring it out, you know you're gonna be like some of our other coworkers.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be you're gonna be going crazy.
Right.
You're gonna be mad. You're gonna be angry. You're gonna be that. And we got a lot of people that come to work. As soon as they walk in the door, they just
already negative
and angry and disappointed and everything. And it's just like I tell people, you don't have to love and like your job, but you gotta appreciate your blessing.
Yes.
You gotta appreciate the things that help you and your family and your friends and helps you grow and put money in your pocket.
Right.
Like, you don't have to like the job. You don't have to like how it's ran. You don't have to like nothing about it. But you gotta respect that it's putting food on your table.
Yes.
You gotta respect that this is what I've accepted. This is what I'm doing, because at any given time, I don't have to be here.
Right.
I can leave this place. I don't care if you've been here for 1 year, 10 years, 15 years. You can leave at any moment. So it's like, I'm a firm believer in understanding and appreciating that this is what I signed up for.
Right.
And anything I signed up for, I'm going to do the best of my ability.
Yes.
I'm never going to half-ass nothing. I'm never going to come in somewhere miserable. And I don't want to be that dark cloud around somebody.
And that's, my situation. You got that one little dark cloud, that just definitely just takes everything out of, makes it harder for everybody else.
Yeah.
You have those coworkers just miserable.
Yeah.
And they want to make everybody miserable around them.
Yeah.
And you sitting there like, wow.
You can't be angry at breakfast.
Right.
You ain't even had your pancakes and coffee.
Hey, you always angry.
Yeah.
But like I said, that's weird that my communication at work is probably my best.
But that's why. Like, I would say the same thing. Like, far as like work, it's the best. Because it's like, I exercise everything at work. I understand. I exercise patience, understanding. I restrain myself from choking people. And I communicate way better. And I'm proud of myself because I haven't always been that guy to communicate and be patient and to listen. And then I'm older, so now I look at it with the younger guys and younger women. I try to teach and educate and kind of point out certain things, because I never want to be that guy that's the older guy that's not point certain stuff out. I don't want to be that person that's just around you and just saying, oh, that's crazy. I don't want to do that. I want to help you, and I want to point out certain, I don't want to tell you what to do, but I want to point you in the right direction and give you my honest feedback.
Right.
And I want to do the things to help you be a better person.
Right.
So if I'm doing that, then I know I'm doing my part in this world. Like, I'm not on this earth to just say yes to you or agree with you or say, oh, that's crazy. Wow, that's crazy. I'm not going to do that. I want you to be the best version of you. Yeah. So I feel like with work, that's what it is. But I want to thank you for being here, and I appreciate you. And I want you back. I'm not just saying that. Okay. I want you back here. Now that you got to do it, you see it's not bad.
It's not. It was good.
And I appreciate you so much for being here. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you for watching. And you don't just watch. Like, you get great feedback. You tell me how you feel. You give me suggestions. And I appreciate that a lot, because a lot of people think that they can't tell me what they real thoughts, or they give me honest feedback. And I want that. So I appreciate you for always watching, tuning in, and just supporting, man. I appreciate you for being here.
I definitely support.
And I want you back here in the summer. I'm going to say May or June.
That's good. That's good. I'm so proud of you. I'm really proud of everything you're doing. I think
I'm proud of you.
I think this is great.
I'm happy for Steve and the kids. Keep treating my guy right.
I am.
And tell people don't park his spot.
Don't he crazy about that spot?
Crazy about that spot. I told him the other day, you relax, my brother.
He hate when people park at that spot. I said, boy, you ain't got your own designated spot at work.
This ain't VIP. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please wash your hands, wear your mask, put out that positive and great energy, and have a great week. Like, do something that's going to change your life and other people's lives. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. See you next week. Thank you, man.
All right.